Welcome to episode 24 of the 24 of the Uncircumcised
Kiefer
Podcast.
Sutherland podcast.
I'm here with Ben and Sigurd today.
Hello.
I'm
Hi.
Martin. How's everyone doing?
Good.
I'm alright.
Had a nice weekend.
Good. A nice weekend is always good.
A nice weekend is always.
Ben, how was your weekend?
That's alright. Fine.
No. Oh, wait. You already got done with Lowe's, so...
Don't. Why? I was okay.
I like to pour some salt in there.
I don't know. I think what we may talk about today might just pour its own salt in things.
That's very true.
My God. Okay, well, since you just want... Before you even keep going, I will describe what the fuck happened. So after they tell me that they're going to deliver this washer and dryer for anyone that listened last week, they then backtracked and said they weren't going to deliver it. To which point I hit the fucking roof. So instead of just arguing with someone over the phone, I just called corporate. And what corporate does, well, fuck it. Somebody, I'm sure has called Lowe's corporate before. They put me on a 3-way call with the store. And then they just didn't say a fucking word. And you wouldn't believe how quickly things get done when they see, hey, corporate's calling your asses, and then a guy that sounds like, you know, cornbread in a blender is talking to you, and they're like, oh shit, this guy's not from corporate. And they're like, yeah, we'll have that fucker delivered in 2 days, here it is, and then we'll give you all this with it. And I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool.
Didn't you say...
Yeah.
Didn't
Well,
you
at least
say
they
that...
did you right.
Yeah.
In the end. I mean, you had to call up there.
It did take a minute, but yeah, it eventually got...
But
settled.
didn't you
the
say
story is the company is okay. Sometimes there's bad apples.
Oh, sure.
Nothing against Lowe's corporate.
That's
But
anywhere, yeah.
didn't you say that they told you that they couldn't deliver because they don't have one now?
Okay, no. They said that they just weren't going to do it. Like they were, like they also said, yeah, well, one will be in on Wednesday, and you can come pick it up. No, fuck that. So when I got on the phone after with the people from corporate that called the store was like, oh, one came in today. I said, oh, did it? And I was like, because someone there said it didn't, and that it wasn't going to be into there till Wednesday. He's like, oh,
you
no.
got sassy with them on 3-way with corporate?
Yeah, and he was like, no. He's like, it's in right now. Like, it might have just not showed up. I was like, okay. And then he was like, yeah, we'll have it out there. And I was like, yeah, also they were supposed to give me a drying cord with it, like a cord for the dryer, power supply. And he was like, oh, yeah, we'll make sure it's in there. And I was like, okay. Not only was it with the dryer, they had already put it on the dryer whenever it showed up in my house. And the delivery guys were cool. They took all the plastic and the cardboard off of it when they put it in the house and then took it with them. And I was like, fuck yeah, guys. Because I did not want to have to deal with that fucking styrofoam goddamn nightmare.
Yeah. You didn't swear or nothing. You were just...
No, I knew if I was...
You were just directly stating what you were wanting
yeah,
and you were agreeing.
And I knew if I was on the phone and that person was in the background and this guy's being a dickbag, they would have been like, oh, he's been a dickbag from the beginning, which I hadn't been. I was just a real dickbag the last time I called him before I called corporate.
Yeah.
So, but it all worked out. I was very angry for a nice 48-hour period.
Yeah.
I mean, you spend some money there, so you kind of expect to.
It's like I said, I was like, look, I don't even remember how... At this point, I don't remember how much I spent on it. But that was not a dent in their store at all.
No.
You know?
No, but you're a customer that's trying to pay for something...
that they provide.
And,
exactly.
They're just doing their job.
But yeah, all's well that ends well. It got taken care of. Some people might have been fired. I don't know. None of my business, out of my hands now.
Well... For me, like today, I had a better day because...
Oh, hey, Martin, how'd your weekend?
Pretty good.
Good.
But today, I got my lawnmower fixed.
Hey!
That fucker, like, last year, on the last, basically, time that I had to mow the lawn, I just got done, and as I got done, it quit driving anywhere. Like, you couldn't fucking go anywhere with it. So I had to push it all the way back to the house, and it just left it there until today, basically. And
I want to know what was wrong with it, and I want to know if I told you the correct thing.
Okay,
What do you go vroom vroom? And now go vroom vroom.
So I was right.
What do you think? What was wrong with it?
I thought it would have been a belt.
Yes, the belt.
Fuck yeah.
The belt was there, but it shredded
it.
Yeah. And then the spark plugs. We had to change the spark plugs too.
Well, that probably... I mean, if you could crank it, then it wasn't spark plugs at the time.
No,
It happened.
Yeah,
probably
it
from
happened
older-
during the... Yeah, exactly.
Well,
But-
cool. Glad that worked out for you. Thank you for reminding me I have to mow my yard soon.
Yeah, like my yard was like getting really patchy and shit. Like not all of it is growing, just part of it is growing.
Like
and,
my beard.
Yeah, I need to shave too. Have you? Do you have any like much land that you have to mow, or is it how much? I don't
I
know.
pay somebody to mow my yard. I don't mow it.
Okay.
I ain't getting out there and doing that shit.
I hate doing it, but I'm too cheap to pay somebody for it.
I'm kind of in the same boat.
Yeah.
I'm just like I got a little bit of money to burn on not doing that, so I'm down for it.
No, I understand that. I think I would have to pay too much for the amount of lands that I have here.
Well, I blow a lot of money on stuff that's worth a lot less than me not having to mow my yard, so I can sacrifice something stupid every now and then to pay for somebody to mow my yard, I guess.
And I understand that. I mean, I would do it too if I wasn't a cheapskate.
I am to a point.
Yeah. I would have had to pay somebody if I wouldn't have got my lawnmower working yet today, so...
I just love the freedom of not having to.
I understand that. Alright, so we are going to be talking about Kill Her Goats.
God, well, that was Kill Her Goats, by the way, and what a segue, Martin.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
What a movie. I mean,
I'm going to let Sigurd go first. He probably has a lot to say about this.
Probably.
What about?
Okay, first off, obviously we had Jason in there. Kane, what was his name?
Kane Hodder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And any of the other actors, none of them were actually like...
Nobody knows who the fuck they were.
I mean, in the end credits, based on those, I'm sure some people know who a few of them were.
Possibly. Most of them looked like they were trying to be in softcore porn, but...
They were legitimate, like, Playmates of the Year and stuff, it said in the credits.
In the credits, it did say that.
2015s
Yeah,
and
yeah,
16s.
You guys watched the credits?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
whoever is into Playboy, I'm sure they knew who they were. I was like, oh, okay, well, that makes sense why they were such god-awful actors, some of them.
I'm pretty sure, like, there was not any tits in that were in silicone.
Here's the thing. I knew right away from the first 2 minutes what I was getting into with the shots of tits left and fucking right for no goddamn
Yeah,
reason.
but also immediately in those 2 minutes, you get a classic Jason-style kill.
Yes, and I was...
So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm along for this ride.
exactly.
Yep, I was like,
I
okay,
was
we're
like,
in
this
the
is
woods.
about to be pretty good.
I was like, we're in the woods, that's all well and good.
And
Hell
then this
yeah.
weird, crappy font pops up over the people, and it tells you who they are, and I'm like...
It was like
Oh,
Zombieland.
it started off with this weird story about this Tup family.
Yep.
That,
It had no freaking...
No, it had nothing to do with the
No,
plot.
because it never got resolved. You learned nothing of what they were other than some people disappeared at their house one time.
Wait a minute. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Was this movie smarter than we were?
No,
Upon
it was so much dumber.
So,
But one thing I could not understand just clicked for me.
okay, what is that? Okay.
There really was a curse and this place was haunted, dude.
What?
What?
There really was a curse and this place was haunted.
I mean, are we going to jump right to the end?
I can't.
Yeah,
But,
I was going to say
because it didn't click for me till just now when I thought about something.
Once we get to that, I want to know because I'm still lost.
I'm interested to see if you have the same.
Because it was one of the stupidest fucking parts of the movie. I'm like, why is this happening?
Now, one thing.
Jesus Christ, that family really is cursed.
The name of the town was West Craven.
West Craven, yeah.
That was clever.
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Yeah, so I was like,
it goes from a cool kill to
reference
to a beach with chicks hanging out. And also weird,
to photo shoot, basically, at the beach.
the people whose names popped up at the beginning that first got killed said that it was it a Tup or was it No, it wasn't a tup. It was the girl whose family bought this beach house from the tups.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
The father of those people got murdered in that tent by
Goatface.
Yes, with his mistress.
Correct.
And then we go to the beach, and it starts introducing us to other characters with this weird, crappy font. Yeah.
Very quickly, too. It was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah. Which I was like, I'm kind of cool with this, if this movie's going to suck, at least, they're trying to do something. But like then the sound was dreadful.
Horrible.
Like, sounds coming from every which weird way.
Yes.
The score, I don't know if that was that, but it didn't build any suspense, but maybe it was just the movie being so flat. It could have been a 10 or 15 minute movie. And it would have been a decent short on like Alter, that YouTube channel or something.
About 15 minutes into the movie, I was like, I could have cut out 13 minutes already.
Yeah, they spent this
god-awful amount of time watching her walk into this house, get shit from her fucking car, pour wine, spill wine.
Every little detail of her morning.
They could have literally cut all of that into like seconds or whatever, or cut it completely out.
They just needed padding for the movie.
Shots that didn't make any sense, like when she's looking out her bedroom window, it's obvious that there's two separate places that they're filming at one time, and I was like, what the fuck is... I literally went, what? Huh? What? No, that's no. I can't edit. Look at me, but I can tell that's fucked up,
Well, I thought one scene was behind her was trees, but then it looked like it was people standing there, but it was the TV. And I was like, what the hell?
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's just,
So on the TV, do you know what was playing on that?
Well, I know Night of the Living Dead was playing at one point. I don't remember if it was through the whole thing.
It was.
Okay, because it was weird because at certain points they're screaming and then you hear the beginning of Night of the Living Dead, which I was like, I don't fucking... They must have been watching something else originally, but I don't think they were. I don't know.
They used that movie because it's in the public realm.
Yeah, because they can. That's why.
These girls are just sitting around having the most fake, boring conversations.
One of them,
its sound is so wonky and echoey. And
if they would have made that a short, it could have been fun.
Like at times, it didn't seem like they were quite saying what they were saying. Like it was bad ADR, the whole thing.
Right.
Now the movie,
random camera cuts, terrible. Everything was terrible about it. It was so bad.
Where did you find this?
It was just internet, dude. It happens.
It's just so bad.
Yeah.
Essentially,
but you see Kane Hodder and you see goats. And you're like, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
But, like, I thought this curse was supposed to deal with goats or something.
That's what I thought.
But they never mention goats. And then suddenly there's a goat in the house after this chick thinks a dog's licking her feet.
Which is an urban legend. That's what I thought they were trying to tell. There's an urban legend of, like, somebody licking somebody's feet. And then there's, like, a note somewhere that said, or on, like, a shower glass or whatever, it says, humans lick too. You've never heard that urban legend? Yeah, it's an urban legend.
So, have you all went to the website or anything like that?
What website?
The website for...
They have their own website. Oh, yes. I did not.
So, here's if you have a better voice for this, if you want to read off what they claim on there, basically, for this movie.
Just the red part?
No, I mean, you can do this part here too, includes, and then the red part after that.
Okay.
You don't have to do like price-wise or anything like that. Just anything that sounds like that would be of interest to this.
A standard jewel case with a high-gloss overbook slides over. One of only 5,000 2-disc sets with the high-gloss overbook. Writer-director Steve Walsh's gratitude for supporting indie horror. No CGI. All practical effects.
And I appreciate that, actually.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Whenever they used them for the maybe 10 minutes of worth this movie was. This film is unrated, but contains...
That's a fun part, yeah.
Grisly and disturbing images.
Not really.
Graphic nudity.
Yes.
Hard language.
Don't remember that.
Scenes of intense or persistent violence.
No.
Adult themes.
Okay.
Gore.
Yeah, kinda.
Don't say you weren't warned.
I'll tell you what I wasn't warned about.
Okay, so here's the synopsis for the movie. Audra's graduation gift is her dream house, but it soon becomes a living nightmare when some uninvited guests come into her homecoming party who aren't very subtle about the way they don't approve of the new owner's home, or the home's new owners. Okay.
I guess we should have started with that, huh?
Yeah. Well, still, we didn't really say nothing. We're just...
No, honest to God.
That was like 40 minutes of the movie I was just talking about. And it mentioned none of that, so I'm glad the synopsis was there.
So also here's, like if you go through it, obviously we have Kane as the head person here when it comes to the cast. And then it goes right to the different people, essentially. Where
Tits McGee #1.
The cast of Kill Her Goats.
Left tit, right tit.
Kane Hodder is Goatface. Kane Hodder, the world's most prolific cinematic killer, is Goatface in Kill Her Goats. Don't say you weren't warned. Ariel Racine is Audra. Clearly destined for Scream Queen status, Ariel Racine is a classically trained actress, a model since she was 3. Ellie Gonzalez, I don't know how to say that, is Missy.
I don't even remember.
Ellie is an Australian model. Yeah. Okay, hang on. Ellie Gonsalves is Missy. Ellie Gonsalves is an Australian model, actress, entrepreneur, wild wife, warriors ambassador, guest girl, and inspirational spokesmodel for Yellowtail Wine. And in her free time, she plays Missy in Kill Her Goats.
Apparently the only thing.
Also starring Danny Mathers as Haley. Danny Mathers is a model and actress who was Playboy's Playmate of the Year in 2015. She makes her horror debut as Haley Buckleby Saint in Kill Her Goats.
The fuck?
Yada, yada, yada. Monica's a playmate, model, actress, surfer, and snowboarder whose favorite holiday is Halloween.
My God.
Monica Sims is Reese. In her words, you never know what to expect from me. She's been modeling since the age of 15, landing major national print campaigns before becoming a Playboy playmate. After making her Scream Queen debut and Kill Her Goats, you can expect to see more of her. Yada, yada, yada.
Now,
so that's the cast. A bunch of model women and Kane Hodder. And these model women are not good actors, but they are just there to run around in skimpy clothes.
Yeah, so
I mean, she spent 5 solid minutes or more, 13 minutes maybe, walking around her house. Jumping on the bed.
Yes.
Being like, ha ha ha. Spilling wine, then sitting her glass of wine on the floor, and then knocking it over later. And everybody's in their underwear for some reason watching these scary movies. One of them's like, I hate scary movies. I'm going to go to fucking bed. Fuck you girls. I know I'm here to have a good time, but fuck you girls. You know I don't like that shit. And so she goes to bed.
The thing of it is, there was a point when they all three first got, well, when the other two showed up, I'm sorry. And she's like, I'm going to go take a shower. It's clearly daytime.
Yeah.
Then it cuts to night, and she is, deep night. And she is still in the fucking shower. And I was like, how long is this fucking shower?
Well, the scene itself was fucking, 5 minutes long?
It took forever. There was a lot of there was 2 shower scenes.
Almost simultaneously.
And they
for about 10 minutes.
Went on forever.
The chick gets spooked and says, bring me some wine.
Yeah. And the one chick shows up and she's like, I brought you some wine, but I didn't say anything when you said it, and that's why you're scared and all that. And I'm like, God.
And then she's like, so I spilled 2 glasses of wine, huh? And she goes, yep.
Yep, that's it. That is it. I don't know if we can so much blame the actresses.
I mean, they did what they could.
Should you blame the writer?
I think we should blame writer, director, producer, and
shotter,
director,
cameraman,
Steve Walsh.
So,
key grip.
He did what he could, and I'm proud of him for that. But good Lord, man, you should have just kept it short.
A short film would have been much better.
Yeah. I think even 13-year-old boys, this would be painful to sit through, even though you got, pretty women.
And
ooh la
boobs
la,
everywhere.
But it's so boring. And
But,
I just want to die while I'm watching it. It's painful.
It made Killdozer look like Citizen Kane, and it also made...
By God, it did.
It made Dahmer versus Gacy look like Gone with the fucking Wind.
Right.
And I was like, that's the first thing that came to my mind about 30 minutes in. I was like, those were cinematic masterpieces compared to this.
Yes.
I was like, wow.
I can't trust a movie based on Kane Hodder's name alone.
No,
but
and he deserved...
Don't get me wrong, in his scenes, he did great.
He deserves
he did
so
great
much
at running
better.
around as Jason.
Well, the only reason
you get paid.
Yeah,
this movie is only,
and he gets to be a cool goat face.
Those dual wielding hedge trimmers he had that were on fire for some reason.
They were fucking sparklers. They was fucking like.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
that made
still
it
a cool visual.
Yeah, I thought that
whenever
was
they
badass.
made it in slow motion and stuff. Kane Hodder's great at being a big menacing villain, and that was awesome stuff.
Even though he's
the
very short.
The day they had him on set. I mean,
the day. That had to have been a day.
Is he playing two different ones?
Stuff.
No. Who was the other one? Yeah, that's my question. You never figured it out.
Second one.
Because she says, I don't care.
I don't care. And she cuts his head off with one of the worst decapitation scenes I've ever seen. Then she picks up his decapitated head, and I think she's going to...
shakes it.
I thought she was going to shake the head out so she could see who it was, and then just takes it and throws it off screen. And I was like,
she just kind of makes a face at it and throws it.
You know what? I don't fucking care. And I was like, oh, this is bad.
But I mean, we can't really spoil the main... I mean, that's
you can't spoil any of this movie.
That wasn't one of the main parts, but
we're doing a service. If anything, we're not spoiling. We're doing a solid.
Literally, you can take the movie and fast forward through it. You can watch it at 5x or something like that to speed it up a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Is that one of the movies where you would actually agree to watch it at 5x?
I would say, honestly, don't even do that. Just watch somebody maybe make a 10-15 minute short of the movie and put that on YouTube.
The whole time I was watching this,
I wouldn't even recommend watching it at 5x. I would recommend having specific chapters you could possibly skip to and maybe can condense it to 15 minutes.
It's not going to make any sense either way. I would just not even watch it.
It would probably make more sense, actually, if you cut out a lot of the filler where they just...
Because you get lost.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
you lose the story, whatever the story there is.
Yeah.
But you kind of lose track of the story because you're just looking at boobs for freaking half an hour. Something happens, then you look at more boobs. Then something maybe happens.
Boobs.
Exactly.
and suddenly, the one that went upstairs and went to sleep was in a Nightmare on Elm Street scenario.
Yep.
I did not understand that whatsoever.
Where did that come from?
She was walking around a cemetery, topless. All these people are walking around topless, but they're also covering their chests in some scenes.
Yes.
Why wouldn't you just put a shirt on if you're going to get up and walk around and do that? It's all awkward. Everything was just so weird.
Speaking of the whole thing, covering the chest.
Yeah.
I thought it was funny because when she was taking a shower and she was checking if there was somebody there, she just covers her tits, but she's butt naked otherwise. I'm wouldn't you just use one arm to cover
Well, she's only covering what's on camera, bud.
Yeah, there was also
camera, but the person that would come in.
That's perfectly fine.
There was
cover like that.
There was a slight glimpse of Beeve too.
It's just with all the awkward camera shots, everything was just awkward.
Very true.
The whole movie, and it was gratuitous, but so boring, and it was just dreadful, and it should just be skipped. But then this Nightmare on Elm Street scenario is going on, and she winds up waking up because the girls are up there
freaking out,
trying to find the dog that was licking her toes.
Yep.
And
which, by the way, that was about a 1.5-minute conversation of this random imaginary dog.
They go grab butcher knives. They're like, okay, if it's a dog, I'll stab it, I guess.
Yeah, that was rough.
And she's like, look, no dog. Haha. She's like, but something was licking my feet. And it was drug on so long. And then they eventually find broken glass and hoof prints. And they said, who has hoof prints? The devil has hoof prints.
Yep.
It's not the devil. Okay, then who? And it's a goat. Suddenly it's a goat. And they're like, haha, somebody's just fucking with us.
Like the neighbor or something like that, you know.
And then Goatface comes through with that flaming double fucking hedge clippers, which I thought was great.
In slow-mo, it chases him.
That was fantastic. Other than he gave up real fast once they got outside. I was like, God damn, all right.
Yeah.
It also reminded me when you just said that they went upstairs where the chick was sleeping. On the beginning, when the first chick gets to the house and she was going through the house with her wine and all that shit, she goes upstairs and fucking jumps on the bed.
Yeah.
And there's a scene of it just... her jumping on the bed and then going to the other bed, jumping on the...
She immediately spills wine whenever she comes in the house. The house is fully furnished, and it's real awkward because, you know, it's just somebody's house they're filming in. And then she's on the phone, and then she's like, all like, oh, I love the house. I can't believe they let us keep the furniture. I'm like, oh, okay, well, that's whatever. But it took like 2 minutes to get to her saying that, and everything's just so awkward. And, oh, it was so dreadful.
So if you...
this dream thing, man.
I still don't get it.
Suddenly there's a goat woman in a pit that drags her...
Oh, she's naked, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A naked goat woman in a pit drags her, like, to hell, I guess, and kills her. In her dream, like Freddy.
Yeah, but then when the one chick goes in and finds her body, she has the hedge clip, like the hedge law, whatever. She has those marks on her body.
Yeah, she looks like she's just been cut up.
And how could you not hear that from downstairs? Yeah. Like,
because did she get killed in a dream, or was she just possessed?
I don't know. It would have had to have happened real fast because
the place was haunted.
No sooner than they went back downstairs, this ghost face show up.
The place really was haunted.
Well. So I like the fact when I want to say second goat face jumped through the ceiling in the
skylight.
Skylight.
It was a skylight, yeah.
And he comes out like a ninja.
What the fuck is going on?
He's got this weird giant ninja Rambo sword.
Yeah.
And instead of like he swings at her, gets stuck in the wall, and then kicks her down the stairs.
He fights like a goddamn Power Ranger is what he did. It was ridiculous.
So can we talk about the one chick that stood outside and was counting for
Yeah.
her one friend to come back in?
She said when you get to 180, run.
Yeah.
And if she had, she'd have been fine.
Yeah, but she then goes, oh boy. She goes into that little shack sitting over to the side, and Ghostface is somehow already in there because he was in the house a minute ago.
That's two of them.
No, this was the one that was in the house that came through like a fucking badass.
Kane Hodder's Goatface. The real Goatface was out there.
Not Ninja Goatface.
Not part 5 Goatface. No, listen. So she...
No, that was Goat Boy and Goatface.
Oh, God. Then she just... She opens the door, and there he is. He throws her around the yard for a minute, and then he takes her into the shack, and then impales her on this thing.
Yeah, and...
She lives for another, what seems like 8 hours after this.
Yeah.
And I was so confused.
He just slings her all over the shack on a spike. And
oh my God. It was so bad. Like, she didn't move for at least 8 hours, and the one chick comes back and sees her in there. Why are we... What's the point? What's the point of you trying to stop me, sir? This is all ridiculous.
You can through the movie.
Okay, but if you're not going to watch the movie and you listen to us just bounce around, you're getting the same effect. Literally, it's like if you watch the movie.
No. Let's make it as confusing as a fucking movie, okay? Because
we can't, Martin.
It made it so fucking confusing. It made no fucking sense whatsoever.
No, it made perfect sense.
How does it make sense?
Do you want me to tell you how it made sense?
Yeah, so, tell me how it made sense.
Suddenly, at the end, after they go into the boathouse, her and Goat Boy.
Yeah.
And she knocks Goat Boy down, picks up his super ninja sword, and she's like, "Who are you? I don't care." And then she just hacks his head off, yada, yada, yada.
Well, that was pretty cool.
Yeah. And then suddenly her sister pulls up in a Lamborghini.
Which had to have been at least 3/4 of the budget.
Yeah. And she's like, "Yeah, my dad died and now my husband wants a divorce from me. This is ridiculous. What an asshole."
Oh yeah, my dad's been in the hospital, but no one told my sister, and now he's dead, and they also didn't tell her that either.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? But go ahead.
Yeah. And then she hears a phone, because she's trying to call her sister, and the phone is in Goatface's barn with the impaled chick.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Goatface... Or somehow she ends up at the front door, And then Goatface comes out to attack her, and she hits him with a bottle of wine. Bam, he's down. She starts hacking him with an axe for some reason. And then she pulls his mask up, and it turns out it's her ex-husband who wants a divorce. And he goes, "Ha ha! I killed your dad, bitch.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to kill you."
Okay,
And
that part, okay.
yeah. So
Sister comes in.
Yeah, now that's when it gets
The
really
chick,
confusing.
yeah, the chick that owns the house is now back.
yeah, as she's hacking him up on the ground,
Well-
and then the sister comes up with her own axe, who's already hacked off Goat Boy's head, who's most likely their stepbrother, assuming. Or whatever.
And Nibble said
assuming
that.
that.
I guess we
I'm
can guess
assuming.
that. Yeah, okay.
I'm assuming he was a family member,
Yeah.
or somebody they knew that was an accomplice.
Okay. So we can continue making stuff up to make sure that the movie has that makes
We're
sense.
trying to make continuity
No.
correct.
No, and then she comes up, and she's like, "Just let him bleed out. Let him bleed out." And she's like, "He can bleed out in pieces."
Yep.
She's like, "He killed." Oh yeah. She's like, "What's going on up here?" And she's like, "He killed Daddy." And she's like, "Oh no!" And she starts hacking him too. And then they both are like, "You can bleed out in pieces." And she starts hacking. And then suddenly she goes after her sister.
Exactly.
You know why?
Why?
Because the place really is haunted, and she got possessed by the same thing that killed the girl upstairs. And she lost her damn mind. But some reason she didn't kill her sister. And there really is a strange goat demon that lives on that property.
So
Because it was in that girl's dream. And then it became her. And she was walking around with these goats at the end. So at the end, she is possessed by a goat lady.
I
And
can
she
see
she is the one whose goats need killing.
I can see where you can go with that, sure. But I think that it was very badly translated in the movie.
Oh, it was horribly translated.
like
It just clicked for me.
like later on when she freaking was
'Cause
like, I don't need no help.
He
And-
sure enough did kill her dad at the beginning. And it wasn't in the hospital. He killed him in a tent. That was her dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't at the hospital or anything.
No, yeah.
He straight up murdered her as Goatface, murdered him and his mistress as Goatface out in a tent.
Yeah.
Why did he bother dressing up as Goatface? There was no witnesses. He's just out there murdering them with this weird buzzsaw. And then he decides to show up and murder everybody at this house just to get this inheritance. It's outrageous. And what is the goat connection? They never mention it. There's no reason. But suddenly there's this weird goat demon that actually existed because it was in the weird nightmare thing. And it did
I
possess
can go
him.
with that. I can go with that, yes. But
That's
like
what
I said,
happened. It was just so badly translated. But if you condensed it down to 15 minutes, you would get it. You would get it.
Yeah. If you would take all the other bullshit, yeah.
Yeah. But now imagine Jason Voorhees going around killing all these people, and then while you're killing him, you pull his mask off, and you're like, "Oh, it's you, Jason." And he's like, "Ha, yeah, I killed your dad, bitch. Now I'm going to kill you." You know, and then he just starts choking the fucking shit out of you until your sister comes up and hits him in the back with an axe. But he got taken out with a bottle of wine just before that. But suddenly he's taking all these axe shots to the gut.
Yeah, and he's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He lived.
Yeah. He's like, it was very Scooby-Doo at the end.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Freaking at the end, essentially, she freaking after killing, she killed her sister, right?
No, she just hits her with
they have a weird Star Wars lightsaber axe fight, and then she hits her with the bottom of the axe.
When she throws the fucking axe and it like lands in the tree.
Yeah.
But like, I just thought it was funny because
She's like, she's gonna be so pissed when she wakes up.
that's right.
And
I
it
forgot about
sounded
that.
like it was coming from like up above. Like all the sound was so wonky and weird.
But so freaking when those other two show up, the guy and the girl, and
her ex-boyfriend
Oh, yeah,
and his
it is
new
what it was.
girlfriend.
Yeah, they're coming back to get their goat. Because two of their friends at the beach at the beginning were upset that girl got the townhouse, or the lake house, because he felt entitled to it because he was loosely unrelated by marriage part of that family, the Tupp family, but he wasn't. So his prank ended up being, let's put a goat in the house.
Yep.
And he thought that's all that had happened. But with them making no mention of goats, it doesn't make sense for this guy to go around killing. There had to be some goat mention that I missed that tied it all together that they never mentioned.
Never thought it.
They don't mention it at all, most likely, and then just fucking forgot.
Yeah.
There must be some other... Okay, it's underrated.
It's like by the end of it, the goat makes sense. But for any of it to make sense from the beginning, no.
No, not at all.
No, not at all. I bet if they try to make a sequel that she'll be goat face.
Should they name
She'll
it
take
Devil
on the
Monkeys?
mask. Huh?
Should they call it Devil Monkeys?
Why would they do that?
Because they refer to the goats as devil monkeys.
Oh.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I didn't catch that.
It was when those two...
Yeah, one of them did say that.
Yeah, he said that they looked scary or something like that. They looked like devil monkeys.
Mm-hmm.
Evil devil monkeys.
Never would have put that together. But we're missing the part of the fucking crazy bitch going back up to the shack with the impaled chick laying there
It's
who
still
is
alive.
obviously should have been dead.
So she meets up with this guy whenever him and his girlfriend are going back to find the cute goat that they left out there. And they find a different goat, and they're like, oh, that's not the goat.
Let's find the cute one. The cute one.
Why are there more goats out there? And why are they not curious about that?
Don't know. Just saw one until
it was
that
just
one
chained
showed
to a
up.
tree, too.
Yeah. No,
it was running around.
Then there was another goat that still wasn't the goat that was in the house.
The one that they were running afterwards.
It wasn't in that. It wasn't the same one that was in the house, but they were like, "This is the goat we'll take." But I'm pretty sure it was the same goat. They just said wasn't the goat, but they just moved it to a different location. Either way, they're going up after the goat, and then the chick with the axe comes up. That's been the main chick the whole movie, Audra or whatever, and she hits that dude in the back with an axe and kills him. And for some reason, his girlfriend's like, he was trying to help you. Takes her to the beach, tries to drown her, beats her to death with her fists.
We could only imagine beats her to death because she just laid there like a fucking sack of shit. But...
Yeah. She mashed her up good and proper. And then she just goes on with these goats. And maybe somebody shows up and...
Oh, she goes back to the house and plants
then
the
she
fucking...
goes back upstairs, or back up to the house, and then finds her friend in the shack.
Yeah.
The next morning,
yes,
the impaled chick in that cabin. And she's alive somehow.
And smothers her anyway.
Yeah.
And that's the only movement the chick has had the whole time is trying to grab the pillow from her face. And then and that was the quickest scene. Have you noticed that lasted maybe 5 seconds and the chick was completely dead? Mm-hmm. She walks outside the shack, walks back over to the homeowner, sign that was sitting out in the front yard that she threw down in the middle of the night, by the way, and said, you belong on the ground, which I thought was fucking funny.
Yeah.
Then she plants it back into the ground and walks up to the road and walks off. And,
like Goatface was running up there putting the for sale sign back up.
Essentially, yeah.
Yeah. So then she leaves, and I don't think I saw goats follow her. Though.
No, they just she just walked to the end of the road and
that was
just
it.
walked off screen. And then the credits rolled and it was showing outtakes, and I was like, man, this thing wasn't just an hour and a half outtake reel. Okay.
The outtakes were kind of more entertaining than the movie itself. At least they had character to them.
That one chick pulled in with
everything was so flat and boring throughout the movie.
She pulled in with that Lamborghini and was like, she tried to park it and she turned the fucking windshield wipers on and she goes, sorry guys, first time in a Lambo. And I'm like, that's okay.
Yeah.
You should have kept that.
Yeah, the silly moments. Because, it was absurd, but it really had a Scooby-Doo vibe at the end, but like a weird, suddenly Velma's possessed or Daphne's possessed.
Like, hey, you didn't see this person before, but they're the ones that did it and you should have known it.
Yeah. And it's all...
Basically, it was flatter than a plate full of piss.
Yeah.
That's how I...
But if it was a 15-minute movie, that would have been good. Kane Hodder would have shined in it. You wouldn't have had so much padding. I think that's all it was. They just wanted to pad out a feature, and they just decided, let these girls run around in skimpy outfits, but it's just so boring.
Oh, it took like 20 minutes for this chick to change into 3 or 4 different outfits while they're having the most meaningless conversation. I don't even remember what it was about.
Yeah.
But I was gone. Like, I was not paying attention at all. I was like, whoa. I was actually pretty mad that I had to sit and watch this.
Yeah. I was like, I definitely would fast forward this
if I didn't have to come here and talk about it, I'm turning it off.
It is not worth watching.
So,
how many stars would you give it, Martin?
How many stars would I give it?
Wait, so in the end, that's what happened, right? We all agree that the house really was haunted.
I'm agreeing with it just because I have no other theory that could make any sense to it other than that.
Yeah, I mean...
The second he was like, I killed your dad, bitch. I was like, okay, all of that makes sense. But then her snapping and going nuts. It's just they never really made...
So wait a minute. That dude, after he took like 3 or 4 axe shots and then, made the comeback and pinned her against it and said, I killed your dad, bitch, right?
Yeah.
So why the fuck is she on the phone talking to God knows fucking who, saying that they pulled the plug on Dad?
I don't know.
Holy fuck.
I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be a different movie, and they were like, okay, we got all those scenes, it's boring as fuck, let's throw in some other shit, and make a horror movie. That's most likely what happened.
They had Kane Hodder for a day.
Well, before that, they had
made a
movie.
short. They made a short, and then they just padded it out. And it was just dreadful. Dreadful.
He deserves so much better. I get it. Hey, it's a payday. That's all that matters, really.
If it was a short, it would have been cool.
So if I
bad
had
payoff. Bad payoff.
If I had to rate it from out of 5, I would give it a 1.5 for effort.
Holy fuck.
And the only reason why I give it a 1.5 is because of some of the kills were somewhat entertaining, but past that, nothing else.
You mean the very fucking first one? Because that's the only thing that made
the first one, and then, like I said, the kill where she chops off the guy's head. I mean, it wasn't bad.
Maybe the impaling scene.
Yeah,
but...
exactly. Like the killings when there was killing wasn't terrible.
Yeah.
So, and if you, like I said, if you cut that down to 15 minutes, it would have been phenomenal. Not phenomenal, but it would have made more sense.
Yeah.
So I will give it a 1.5. What about you, Saber?
Right.
1 being the lowest, 5 being the highest.
No. 0 is the lowest, and 5 is the highest.
There's about 10 minutes of the movie that I would have gave 3 stars to. But overall, I would give the movie a 0.5 because of how dreadful. Okay. How dreadful the rest of it
Don't you fucking okay that after you just told me 1 is the fucking lowest.
The only reation why I just went with it is because you fucking had to go to it.
God, you're going to love what I got to say.
I just can't. I really appreciated Kane Hodder in it, and he did what he did, and he did it well. Wearing that goat mask, but I love seeing Kane Hodder, and if you can watch that 15 minutes, I would give.
So if you love Jason,
I love Jason.
If you can watch a 10-minute, 15-minute condensed down version of this movie, it would be worth giving 3 stars. But if you have to sit through this entire movie, it ruins everything that's good about the movie, and it makes it half a star.
All right, Ben, what's you?
You can take all -5 of these stars I'm giving this fucking movie and shove them straight up your ass.
-5?
Negative goddamn 5.
Oh.
That movie was fucking trash. I wasted an hour and a half of my fucking life, which, believe me, I could waste it an hour and a half. I'll waste 31 years of it. I'm more mad about that hour and a half than the rest of the 31. I can tell you that. That movie, Kane Hodder deserves so much more. I understand what he did in it was great. Yeah, but guess what? It does not save from the rest of it.
They had him for a day, and they shot him in slow-mo, and he did what he did well.
And that was it. And I'll agree with Seaver, that's the only redeeming quality of it, but you know what? The rest of it, it outweighs it. There's no way you can't come back.
They
That
shot
movie
a
was
short.
So we all agree
it wasn't Kane Hodder that said, "Ha I killed your dad."
No, that was badly dubbed. If you
ADR.
listen to it, by the way,
They had Kane Hodder for a day, and they shot some weird shit, and then they just built all this wildness around it. They shot a 3-star short, and then turned it into the worst thing you could ever see.
So we all agree everybody should go and buy this movie. And
no, do not.
No,
I'm
no.
sorry. No, I'm not. I will not put my name out there saying you
sorry.
should waste that money on that.
I'm sorry that you did,
Yeah,
Martin.
it's your fault.
God bless you, sir.
I understand why you're giving it point whatever the fuck you're trying to give it.
1.5 for average?
Yeah, no, it's 1.5 because it came out of your goddamn wallet. That's why. -5.
Oh, shit.
I almost want you to pay me too for having to fucking watch it.
Pay you?
No, man. You got to see Kane Hodder wearing a goat mask.
That's right.
No, if anything, I need to go just cleanse my fucking palate and watch Friday 13th Part 7 or 8 or 9 or Jason X.
Or if you could go back and watch one of them YouTube highlight reels of like Jason with like let the bodies hit the floor.
Yes, I'll even do that.
Yeah, those were hype, dude.
I used to watch those. Fuck yeah, they just take like I remember watching.
I give those 5 stars, dude.
I remember one to like Part 3 that had like Dracula with it, and I was like, well, that just doesn't make any sense, but I fucking love it.
What?
Like somebody had literally taken scenes from Friday the 13th Part 3 and put Dracula over the top of it. And it's like stretched out for like 2.5, 3 minutes, however long the song is. Yeah.
That'd be funny if you tried to do it with a short of that with like Michael Myers driving around in a little thing. At least he drove in a car.
I just want to see him driving in the car and him looking. That's all I want to see.
In my Dracula.
Actually, I want to hear Roland to that one.
Goodness.
Or Fantastic Voyage.
So
R.I.P. Coolio.
Kill Her Goats. That's a do not watch.
No, don't. We have never given a do not fucking watch.
No.
I think we might have individually, but not as a
I
whole.
definitely would recommend watching it as a short somehow, somewhere.
Hopefully somebody will cut that up.
Yeah, I definitely recommend that. Or if you're able to watch it, if it ever comes out on streaming, just watch the highlights. You can tell what you can skip through. It does have neat stuff, and it's worth seeing Kane Hodder hack people up. That's always good to see.
Yeah, it's...
But Kill Her Goats, I'd rather...
You can hear me picking this up.
Kill almost
you see
anything.
That?
Have you seen, by the way, Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash comic film?
Oh, they made a film of that? I'll watch it.
Well, it's not actually a film, so it's weird because what it is
The
that...
comic book.
It's so what they've done is they... let me make sure I have no volume turned on. I don't want to... They just voice or like read the stuff from the
I want
comic.
that.
No, I've read those comics, though.
I want that, but I want Joe
It's been a
Bob.
long
I
time.
think Kane actually voices one of the people on the reading on this one.
Kane.
Hodder.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I really want Joe Bob to do it. I would watch it then if Joe Bob read the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash to me.
If he just read Ash's part.
Like you said, Kane read it, and I was like, "Let me fucking do Jason." What'd he say?
He's up in there breathing.
All right. So again, we all agree, phenomenal movie, right?
No.
Phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
That's phenomenal.
Everybody should watch it.
Are you getting paid to promote this or some shit?
I wish I had more thumbs to give down, but I only have 2.
I figured it was going to be bad as right after.
I love absurdity. I love goat simulator type shit, and I'm like, man, if there's some wild goat shit in this, and Kane Hodder's a goat man.
Yeah, the concept sounds great.
I would have been much happier with Kane Hodder being an actual goat man, like some Hatchet. I was expecting something cool like that.
Yeah, I expected something.
Hatchet was a good movie, a
kind of
great
thing.
example of how to do a 80s slasher style movie.
I never watched it actually.
Oh man, you need to watch Hatchet. It's fantastic.
Or Behind the Mask.
You know what? I actually thought about watching that yesterday.
Leslie Vernon?
Yeah.
Oh, can we do that one next?
Yeah, let's do that one next.
Oh, I love that movie, man.
It's a masterpiece compared to what we just watched.
I met that guy, dude. I got the action figure of Leslie Vernon and stuff when I was going to these comic conventions.
Nice. Yeah, I haven't watched it, but yesterday I thought about it. I actually ended up watching Unseen.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know,
I've not seen Unseen.
It went unseen for me.
well, okay. Honestly, like, I was just trying to find something to watch, and I was like, let's give it a shot. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the movie.
Oh, yeah?
It was a whole lot better than Killer Goats.
Oh, yeah.
The premise of the movie essentially is that...
Wait, I thought you said you liked Killer Goats.
I fucking loved it.
Oh, okay.
1.5, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Those Kane Hodder scenes were dope.
Definitely. The opening show was great.
Yeah, the first
2 minutes.
Yeah.
Maybe even a minute and a half. I don't remember. It was done pretty quick.
Yeah.
But Unseen, the premise of the movie was that a chick gets kidnapped by her ex-boyfriend, and she's basically blind without her glasses, so she can't see shit at all. And she...
So fucking Velma gets kidnapped? Is that what you're saying?
Essentially, yeah, you could say so.
Okay.
But she's blind as a bat, and she basically gets out from the guy. Another chick tries to call her phone, accidentally dials that number, then she tries to call somebody.
Holy fuck! I'm not watching this.
Hold on. She tries to dial what number was everyone
But
there.
she can't see the
But she
numbers
can't
on her
see.
phone.
Yeah, exactly. So
She don't got Siri?
I love how it's unseen too. It's fantastic.
But she can't just be like, Siri,
Call such
call
and
Mandy, call Bobby, call Jimmy,
maybe she's
call
not using it.
E, call somebody with an E.
But hold on. So essentially, what it comes down to is that she calls a chick back that accidentally calls her number, and she's like, "I need you to basically guide me through this here." And she's like, "Can you call somebody else?" And she's like, "No, I don't have anybody else. I haven't memorized a number since high school or something like that." And
So she's just talking to people through her screen.
Yeah, so she points the
So it's
phone in the other
obviously a
direction.
movie that had to get made during COVID and stuff.
Maybe
Restrictions around
it
people
could
who
very
were
well
there.
be.
All take 'em-
There wasn't too many
That makes
people
sense.
in that, but I will say that the movie was actually well done.
Yeah.
And while the premise of it sounds crazier than
Is it?
Killer Goats could have been great. Okay,
Wait. Is it from the same people that made Missing?
I don't think so. Do you know who made Missing?
Because if it's from those people, I don't want to talk about that because I like the way they do movies.
I don't know. Does it ring any bells here? Showing him that on the screen real quick. Essentially, the movie...
Oh, we've gone to narrating what we're doing now. Scratching my leg.
That's right.
While talking to Martin.
Well, I don't want to have any blank shit in here. It's like, hey, let's have silence for 15 minutes while I show you something on my damn screen here. God
Why
damn
not? It's better. Look, that 15 minutes of silence on this podcast is better than Kill Her Goats. God damn
It doesn't look like it is.
Yeah. But overall, like I said, the movie was actually...
They did Searching, Missing, and something else that had a weird generic name, and I'm like, okay, that might be it, but I don't remember what it was.
Searching, Missing, and I imagine eventually found.
Or like Run, or something. It's something weird like that.
They only have 2 of them released right now, I think.
No, the other one released somewhere in the middle.
Oh, really? Okay,
Yeah.
well, never mind.
I didn't see it.
But that movie right there, I definitely recommend watching it. It's
Okay.
not a bad movie at all. Definitely gonna be better than Killer Goats, buddy.
Well, I could take a shit better than that. I bet I could literally take my shit and it's a better plot than
Wow.
like that.
Me and my wife, we
The
watched
plot.
George of the Jungle this morning again, too.
Fraser's?
Yeah.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah. I'm pissed he didn't win the award for that.
I didn't remember that he was actually that jacked back then.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Hey, Short Round won an Oscar too.
Yeah.
From Indiana Jones.
Mm-hmm.
For whatever that goddamn movie was.
Two folks from Encino Man won.
Okay, Brendan and who?
Short Round.
Was he in Encino Man?
Yeah, he was the computer guy.
Goddamn.
Yeah.
It's full circle. Holy shit.
I can't remember his name. I feel like such an asshole. Look it up.
I only know him as Short Round, so.
Look him up on what?
He's in the Goonies as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're talking about his name.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you don't ask Mark.
Yeah. I'm horrible with names. You know that.
Unless it's Jackie Chan. He can get that one all day long.
That's right. Also like Jet Li.
Hee Kwan. Yeah, that guy.
There you go. Remember
Yeah.
that one.
Kwan rose to fame playing Short Round. It's just, I'm sorry for just calling him Short Round. That's kind of an asshole thing to do. But Hee Kwan.
That's all I remember him from. That's all I'm calling him Short Round.
That happens a lot of
I
times.
forgot he was in Encino Man. I remembered he was in the Goonies, though. Who was he in the Goonies? Shit.
Uh-huh.
Shit. I hate the movie, so I don't know. I'm going to look that up while I'm at it.
So, anybody been watching anything else?
I started watching this Waco documentary on Netflix
Nice.
with my wife today.
I saw that. I didn't know if I should watch it or not.
Seems pretty good. I feel like I've seen a lot of Waco stuff, but it's
I
just
watched
kind of went in and out.
I
never
watched
really
the
paid a
little
lot of
series
attention.
they had of it. I don't know if Netflix did it or if it came on regular TV. Netflix just bought the rights to it, but I watched that a couple years ago.
This is a docu-series with the cops that were in it and people that were in it that survived, telling both sides of this story with like real news footage and all this stuff, and then different CGI recreations of different shots and stuff. And it's wild. It's really in depth.
Ben,
Do you know what Waco is?
No, I do not.
Okay.
This fella built a religious cult and gathered several machine guns and stuff, and had a compound out in Texas, Waco, Texas, and yada yada yada. The cops showed up with a search warrant because they heard they had illegal machine guns, and a week long, I think. I don't remember exactly, but a crazy
Standoff?
Yeah.
All right.
with this crazy compound ends in absolute chaos with this religious cult that's heavily armed.
That reminds me of Jonestown for some reason.
Oh, Jonestown was a whole different beast.
Yeah, I know that, but it just when I heard stuff like that,
Yeah.
the
Yeah,
kind of
different
group and
cults.
then-
Different
exactly.
cults,
Yeah.
It's kind of like the Branch Davidians.
That's the Waco folks.
I thought those were the guys that thought that, like...
David Koresh.
Which ones am I thinking that thought there was, like, a spaceship behind a comet and they all...
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate. They
Yeah.
did the mass suicide and they all put, like, sheets
Yeah.
over them, but they had sweet new Nikes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went out with the comet Hellbound
Yeah.
when it flew by.
That's it.
Haley's Comet or whatever.
Did you ever watch that movie that they made of Jonestown?
Oh, yeah, man. I'm very familiar with Jonestown.
Yeah, that movie was really well done and super fucked up. I mean,
Which movie?
I don't remember what the.
God.
I watched a lot of
shouldn't have.
documentaries about it.
That wasn't a documentary. That was actually like a movie that they
I don't remember.
that they done. I couldn't.
I'm sure
I would have to look it
but
up.
I've watched so many damn movies.
Yeah,
You got to come with the name of something.
Well, you knew you were talking to the guy that's not going to
Yeah.
remember the name to
yeah.
anything.
I'm horrible with names. Shit.
Yeah.
But Ben, have you been watching anything?
No.
Nothing.
No. I'm going to have to watch a lot of stuff to get the fucking remnants of goddamn Kill Her Goats out of my mind.
I recommend the Waco show.
I will
man.
probably start that, yes.
It's interesting hearing coming from like Because it happened in 1993.
Yeah.
Can I get some water, man?
Yeah.
Get the man some water. Jesus
just a
Christ. Fuck you.
You all continue for a second.
Well, he can't. He needs water to continue.
Bottled water.
Oh, okay, cool.
He needs
My
water
mouth's
to
just
continue.
dry.
Would you prefer carbonated water or
Just regular.
Yeah,
just any
down to the
water's fine.
carbureted.
Any water's fine, but
Yep, carbureted. That's the kind of water you give out.
he offered me a drink earlier, but I was drinking this coffee, but now it's all gone.
In that sleek,
Yeah.
earnest
Yeah, my
thermos.
buddy got me that. Lance.
That's fantastic. Oh, shout out to Lance, by
Yeah,
the
him
way.
and his lady got me that.
Nice. That's a great gift.
Fuck yeah. Oh, man.
That water's not getting here any faster, is it? We're
I
just...
feel like Lucky Duck in the back seat of that car whenever they're driving on how I spent my summer vacation.
oh, my God.
My chest just dried up like the Sahara over here. But he offered me something to drink earlier, and I had a drink. But it's my fault. Thank
you should have took it.
Thank you, buddy.
You're welcome.
Well, I thought I was going to drink on that longer than I did. Boy, howdy, I drank that coffee fast.
Fast. I had 2 coffees in that time.
Well, look at Mr. Competitive over here.
Yeah, but your coffee's half milk and sugar, dude. Mine's just a big, tall, 16-ounce, just straight up
Coffee?
black coffee, yeah. Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Foot Race over here, I had 2 by the time you had 1. Yeah, but look at the differences in the sizes of the cups,
His
too.
cup's wider, though.
Yeah,
Wider,
that's girth right here, okay?
I mean, we're not going to argue over
No,
who
but we're...
drank more coffee, but
Yeah, it sounds like Martin wanted
I'm
to.
just saying I appreciate the water now.
You're welcome.
My voice
Anyway.
is lubricated.
So,
Kill
Ben
her
has
goats. Jesus Christ, that movie was bad.
Ben's favorite new movie?
I hate you.
Ben's favorite new movie is now Dahmer versus Gacy.
No, it's like I said, it made it look like Gone with the fucking Wind.
Yeah.
And I mean no disrespect by that. That was just the most disjointed movie I've ever watched.
Honestly, it was based on the name and hearing Kane Hodder was Goatface.
I was sold. I was
Yeah.
sold.
Yeah, and I feel like I got swindled, but I also did not get swindled because Kane Hodder was Goatface. It's just the way they used the day they had him. They just ruined it.
Did you ever watch Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2?
No.
Okay. That, for a long time, was the worst movie I've ever seen. And this one eclipsed it.
Really?
I mean, and like I could watch that Prom Night 2, I could watch that on a loop before I ever watch Kill Her Goats again.
Yeah.
Like,
so, I mean, not only did we spoil the movie for everybody, but we're definitely recommend you don't waste your time watching it.
like if there is if there is a hell,
Yeah.
if there is a hell, that will be played constantly, and I will be forced to watch it.
Yeah.
I'll let you know how that goes.
Just because of
Yeah,
that. Every time,
dude, it's the torture. You're like,
Yeah.
every time you
I'm
come
gonna have-
100th time
I'm
with
gonna
your
have-
eyes open
yeah.
like Clockwork Orange.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to have, like the fucking things to open them, and I keep my eyes open. Yeah, that's what's going to fucking
And
happen.
you know the goat demon lady's coming, so now when you see those goats, you're going to get scared.
She's
you're
gonna
go.
she's gonna be the one just continually playing it
No.
and looking at me.
You're going to see those goats, and you're going to say, "Please kill her goats, kill her goats." Because if they killed the goats when they saw them, the goat lady wouldn't have been able to haunt them.
So really, it's the boyfriend's fault
Yeah.
for releasing the goats.
It's the goat demon ladies. That's the goats whose goats it is. Who possesses the girl at the end.
It almost feels like you have to know calculus to figure out this goddamn movie.
Well, man.
Anyway, let's talk about something better than that.
Like what?
I took a shit today. There you go.
Mowed some grass today.
There you go.
I'm just saying, if you like Kane Hodder, I'm sorry, don't watch this movie still, but go find his parts. They're worth watching.
So
We love Kane Hodder.
Yes.
And Kane did his damn job.
Even though Martin couldn't name me another movie he would been in.
no, I can't. Sorry.
I told you. You said he was Jason.
God,
so you're,
I set you up, you fuck.
yeah. You guys hear they're planning on making Beetlejuice 2?
I'll watch it.
And that
They've been
Jenna
planning it for I
Ortega
don't know how
is
long.
set in talks to play Lydia's daughter.
I'll watch it. I'll give that a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. So after Tim Burton worked with her on The Addams Family, I'm sorry if they make it anything like the Wednesday show, I'm out.
You're out. I can see that.
So here's a review from a website for Killer Goats that give it 4 out of 5 stars.
Oh, you're shitting my face. You are shitting in my face. Let me see this. I'm going to read this. Holy shit.
That is also on the website. They have this one listed directly for the reviews.
Okay.
He's speechless.
I would be too. If somebody...
Wait. Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't have their rating on here. It's just there. These are just facts about the movie.
Yeah, but then they give it like a star rating right there.
Yeah.
And then they use the
so this is just the person that wrote this whole article's rating of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh. Okay, so truly, this one had me at the idea of Kane Hodder butchering more beauties in bikinis. But this slasher is a bit more than just his performance as Goatface. Fair opening sentence. Let's see the beautiful location on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. An interesting storyline. A nice setting for kills to roll out on. Fair. But they didn't utilize that, I would say.
No.
So, great comedic moments, and also no. Lots of big busted and usually naked women being chased by goat-themed killers. Yes, that they did have that.
Yeah.
I agree with that. For fans of grindhouse spills and thrills, Kill Her Goats is goat-tastic.
Oh.
No, I disagree with that. It truly has it all, including a spooky she-shed full of dolls. What?
Do you remember the dolls?
What?
I don't remember.
I don't remember the dolls at all, but that might be the shed that he impaled that chick on. I don't know.
So Goatface lived in the she-shed? Well, it wasn't Goatface's shed anyways, because he was just some fucking crazy asshole. Being an accurate depiction of the horrifying events which happened after the Cape Cod cottage was purchased, Kill Her Goats begins with a proud display of sex and violence as a couple in a tent are mercilessly gutted by a random chainsaw attack. Turns out it's not so random, but we'll get to that later. I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's just saying what we were saying. I just want to... let me zoom through here.
See what you do when you talk about this trash ass film.
He's really only, or whoever wrote this article is really only mentioning the good parts of the movie, the 10 minutes of the movie that's decent.
Is it? Wait a minute. Do you see who wrote it? Was it the director, writer, cameraman, key grip, best boy?
It says Lauren Hayes.
That's definitely him.
Lauren Hayes. Lauren Hayes. I don't know. It's Loron.
Lauren.
Oh, like Lorne Michaels?
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, they give a synopsis and a rundown of the plot, but it's ridiculous when you're trying to watch the movie to follow that plot.
Yes, it is.
Because everything's so drawn out and boring.
Yeah, it gave it a 4 out of 5 stars for the movie.
If I condensed it down to the cool stuff, I could see that, but that's not what the movie is. That's misleading. If it was a short film, yeah, but it's not. It's a dreadfully long slog of a. How long does it say it is there? Is it an hour and 39 minutes? I mean,
no, I don't think it was that long.
Well, the thing is,
it felt like an eternity.
Well,
I mean,
the outtakes and stuff were like 8 or 9 minutes, and credits and stuff.
Yeah, on the credits, I think we had like 10 minutes close to that somewhere. The movie itself is I want 39 minutes.
Yeah. What did I say?
I'll be damned.
I think you said an hour and 39, man.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, so the outtakes were around 10 minutes, and then the credits were whatever. I stopped it after the outtakes.
Did it feel like the opening credits, that even took forever for me?
The thing is, they kept popping up every now and then too. But they weren't like movie credits.
They were like Zombieland, like here's a tip.
But it wasn't done well like Zombieland.
No, it was not. It was just like etched out underneath them. Oh, hey, by the way, that's this character, and that's what they're here for.
It was just some... I could read it just fine, but you should use a more regularly legible font whenever you're trying to introduce something in a movie. Like Zombieland. They used a simple font.
But there was CGI that they used in Zombieland.
Oh
because
my God.
They would bring it in. They had no CGI in here.
What the fuck do you call that then, Martin? Someone adding that?
Not CGI.
Okay, what was it?
That was a computer graphic added to it because...
Had to have been.
There was not any person off to the side holding up a sign that had these credits.
It would have been better.
I mean,
that would have been great.
By and large, yes.
Technically, it's a graphic. It's added by a computer, most likely. So I doubt they did it old-fashioned.
So wait a second.
Because you don't need a computer to add something like that. You can do that in editing, but I don't believe they did.
So technically, we would have to say that the movie claims it has no CGI, but it does have CGI.
None of the kills are CGI.
But let's just bring out this point that Martin was wrong twice in a row within a minute span, and it was fantastic. He was wrong about the runtime of the movie that he argued you with, and then he was wrong about the CGI that
they may not.
But I mean, that would be the same. That would be the same as arguing with that. What I do is CGI work, but I mean it is computer generated graphics.
Regardless, it was used so they didn't have to explain a fucking character in depth, which they did none of these motherfuckers.
Yeah, but they had so much time to.
Yes, that's the thing. They had plenty of time.
But
they had to use that to show her walking into the house and bouncing the beds and doing all that stuff.
By the way,
I like a show for 10 minutes.
It's like but they wasted all this time showing us around the house, and I still have no idea what the house's layout was. How were they going upstairs
in that one room?
Was there a shower at the top
of the stairs? Yes.
And why was there another shower below it? Why did they wait to take turns?
Why was the skylight director there too?
Why was the girl... What?
Well, I did see there was one thing during that whole scene of her going through the house. I would have rather her watched her mop the fucking floors in that house because it shows the bottom of her goddamn feet. And it looks like she's been walking on dirt for the last half hour.
Yeah.
I was like, ugh. I literally went, ugh. Why? Why would that be something you would show? Not like, fuck it. Can we get a baby wipe over here? God damn it.
I've watched some dreadful movies.
Oh! I wanted to beat my head off my coffee table.
But dude.
Bye now.
I almost brought you the DVD back with my own fecal matter on it. Because you would have had a better time putting that in your fucking whatever the fuck you used to watch it.
But just
God damn
the thought that in some bizarre world Jason's out there like, I killed your dad, bitch. Like at the end of a Friday the 13th movie, instead of being all mongoloid and going, and he's like, I killed your dad, bitch. Killed your friend Lori, bitch.
That would be a line. I mean,
that's
Freddy.
kind of what Jason does.
But Freddy's more like that than Jason.
But Jason does it without.
That was Kane Hodder, and he was going around killing people. Jason style.
He had that fucking weed eater with the saw blade on the end of it. Fuck yeah, dude. My dad had one of those. Scared the shit out of me as a kid because I remember that from the movie. I was like, God damn it, I'm going to get fucking my innards fucking worked on with that thing.
Yeah. And I would love it if it was like an internet dub of a silly scene.
Yeah.
And it was really funny.
Can we talk about that? My favorite scene in any Friday the 13th movie is not even a kill. It's literally him walking down Times Square, kicking that fucking boombox, and those dudes pulling those fucking switchblades out, and he just turns around, lifts his mask up, and then sets it back down and walks away, and they fucking run off.
I'm very partial to when he folds the cop in half in part 6.
Oh yeah, and he's like
Just
trying
sets
to.
up.
He just fucking tackles him, and he's like trying to get his daughter to run, and then he just turns around and says, "Yes." I had to explain to my child how that worked. I went, "Kid, are you serious?" I was like, "Do you not realize that he's like kind of just underneath him, like the bottom half of him is underneath? He's just leaning back, like that's all he's doing." He's like, "But I heard bones crack," and I went, "Yeah, because they just went pop, 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 pop in post."
How did you kill
I
him?
would tell
Well,
Sigurd-
he was like 7. He didn't actually watch it. I just told him of what I was seeing because he was really into. He's like
I
like a
always
kid.
explain,
He's like
it was all fake.
he's interested, but he's like scared of it too. You know what I mean? So it's like I got to be careful. So when I explained, I was like, "Oh yeah, he just bent him backwards," and he was like, "What?" And he was like, "But there's bones popping."
He
I was
just
like, "No."
folded him in half.
I was like, "No." I was like, "Here, I'll show you what it
You
is."
see the legs? Yeah.
And I did.
Like, if you do this, then boom, you die. That's what Jason did to him.
Yeah.
The guy thought he could crush him with a rock, but no.
Nope.
Jason's strong.
Although
He does his sit-ups. You should always be healthy. Be
that
like
one
Jason.
cop that just eats that fucking knife to the forehead and falls into that boat like directly after that, fucking beautiful too. He doesn't fucking play around. He's like, fuck it, distance, boom, hits him.
Yeah. Friday the 13th, part 6 is my favorite.
It's easily because it's so campy too.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like that fucking
Jason
cemetery.
went wild, and they knew what was up.
That cemetery caretaker who's just like, when he finds like that, I don't even think he found the bodies of the kids or those 2 like campers, whatever. They found like alcohol or some shit.
Yeah.
And he's just like, "Damn kids," and he just like looks in the camera while he says it right before he gets fucked. It's fantastic. Not fucked, but killed.
It's like 6 is probably my favorite for entertainment. 7's my favorite for the best Jason by far.
He hit that bitch with a party favor.
Yeah.
I need to rewatch it.
Oh my
He's
god.
got such great kills, but it's nowhere near in my top 3 or 4 of them or anything. But
3 holds a place in my heart. 2 and
4
3.
4 is the best straight up horror Jason movie.
Yes.
5 is
No, sorry.
it's got some interesting kills, but it's a letdown. All right.
Nobody's
Jason
going to
just-
mention.
Jason just seemed like more of a badass in 4. Like in 2 and 3, he was more
favorites.
1. I can see that.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, he's not there. It's his
It's a pretty
mother.
boring movie.
Yeah.
But like,
Oh, yeah.
but in the 2nd and 3rd one, he's more elusive. Like he's more sneaking around about how he does shit.
Yeah.
But in 4,
He's
he's
trying to
just
fuck with people.
in 4, he's just like, "Fuck this! I'm breaking doors down and coming in. Fuck you."
Yeah. Yeah, he was.
I don't know anybody talk about Jason X here. What's going on?
I hated it. Sorry,
Oh, I like Jason
I didn't
X.
like it.
I like Jason X for what it is. It's wild.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad movie.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, the rest of
for
Friday the
Jason,
13th.
for Jason in Space, it was fun.
It's better than 9. Jason Goes
It was
to Hell.
better
Well,
than Leprechaun in Space.
I was getting ready. That's exactly what I was getting ready
Never
to say.
watched it.
Yeah.
Never watched it.
And I love the Leprechaun movies.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, I got all of them.
I just can't get over
Did you
it.
watch the newest one? I haven't watched that one.
Oh, the one with Hornswoggle from WWE playing him.
Yet. Yeah, I think so.
Not good.
No good.
Not good.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
you took Warwick out of it?
No. Yeah,
no.
they totally try to reboot it and make the Leprechaun some weird
No. You got to have that
monster
little.
in Ireland, like it was CGI, and it was really, really weird.
No,
I
you
mean,
gotta
I
have.
had to make another new one past that one.
Was Warwick Davis in it? Because you've got to have that Ewok
I
Willow
think
motherfucker.
They
in
did
there.
recast the Leprechaun, didn't they?
Hold on a second. I think the one that.
I can't remember, but I love the original Leprechaun series
Oh, yeah, I guess I was too.
up to whenever they stopped having Warwick in it.
So you talking about Origins right now? No, wait, you talking about
Origins, I think, yeah. I hated that.
Yeah, Origins was horrible.
Yeah.
I watched that one. That wasn't the Leprechaun movie. That
Yeah,
had
that was
nothing to do
terrible.
with any of it.
It's in that series though. That was their attempt at rebooting it.
So you talking about Returns was bad too? Like
Okay, that wasn't terrible. I mean, it wasn't good, but it was better for the series than the Origins movie was with Hornswoggle.
The Origins.
It was not Warwick Davis being a leprechaun.
No, then you can't have it. He's an Ewok. He's Willow. He's the fucking leprechaun.
I mean, you can have. Yeah, I'm not against another person being the leprechaun as long as you don't make the leprechaun.
In not Returns, but in the newest one.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't think the dude that played Freddy in the reboot was bad. I just think the reboot itself was bad.
Jackie Earle Haley.
Yeah, I just think the reboot itself wasn't good. It's not that he did a bad job.
Yeah.
But no, I do like Leprechaun. The first three are the best ones. Leprechaun in the Hood was funny.
I liked all the ones with Warwick Davis just fine. I mean, the space one wasn't great, but I mean, they still brought it back.
Yeah.
What it basically means is we need another Friday the 13th, and I don't want you to reboot it like they did in 2009. I want an 85-year-old haggard-ass Jason.
Well, buddy.
They can do it with Michael Myers. They can do it with him.
We're going back to the 40s and 50s.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I'm iffy on it, but I'm going to give it a watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I might as well.
Well, I would say we call it a night.
I love how
Leslie Vernon and Hatchet.
What I love is that usually we stray into video games and other topics, but there was none other than this horrible abomination.
I made sure to keep bringing it back.
I'm glad you did, because I don't think this microphone does not convey the hate that I have for this goddamn movie.
It was dreadful.
Kane Hodder, you're the best.
Kane Hodder did not know what they were doing with him.
He couldn't have, because I'm hoping he would have been like, fuck that.
But either way, they paid him. He didn't care. He doesn't care. He comes in. He's the scary monster guy. He's like, you do whatever the fuck you want with the footage. You made a cool short. Like, all the respect to him. They just padded it out awful. But Leslie Vernon, behind the mask, the rise of Leslie Vernon.
I will watch it.
I will watch it. And this has been episode 24 of the Kiefer Sutherland podcast.
Dun, dun. I love how you're not going to cut it. You're just going to get your
Sutherland.
His dad.
24.
His dad was Donald.
If you've got questions about Kiefer Sutherland or 24, you can contact us at theuncircumcisedpodcast@gmail.com. We'd love to talk about Kiefer Sutherland at 24.